Hey everybody, clearing. Just going to do a quick Divine Feminine support read and find out what is it. Oh wow, we got the Union 1111 card on the split with the Chariot in the reverse. So there's some stuff that energetically needs to smooth out before Union can come in, or we might want to say that Union's coming in. Unity consciousness coming in is more unconditional love. That's basically what unity and union means. That does actually bring in romantic relationships in unlikely ways, but the unity consciousness coming in does highlight where things are not justified quite yet, where things are not harmonious, love-based, and what needs to still happen before things can move forward. But let's see, for the feminines, what is going on in the connection that the divine feminines are meant to be aware of at this time? Okay, integration and awareness. Judgment is the eye-opener card. And staying balanced. So all these came out on the neutral. This is about letting, I heard bygones be bygones, but letting everything sink in. Looking at the intuitive aspect of how to streamline the heartache, how to let go of it, how to replace pain with awareness, basically, through this balanced, not rosy sunglasses love. So this is saying, divine feminines, take your head out of the clouds and look at love. It's not an intangible, impractical thing. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. And I'm hearing lots of divine feminines out there saying, I just wish my masculine knew that. If these journeys truly are mirrored, divine feminines need to know this too. So let's look at how the divine feminines can simplify and bring this love down to a tangible interpretation. So what can we see for Daughter of Cups regarding this connection? Okay, bravery. So just because you want this love, just because you feel it, that it is for you, does not mean that there aren't things that have to shift and change. And so sometimes when those things are happening, we have to have internal bravery, even when we don't see the results, and we have to just stay anchored in that sweetness. So it's an internal bravery, divine feminines right now, that's calling to ground this, to make it less out there. What else can we do aside from bravery to make this love more grounded, more real? Okay, we get the Ace of Swords. So there's something about the big picture that's not being seen with the Ace of Swords in the inverse. The timing, the overview, the patterns aren't being seen yet fully in their entirety. So that means that there must be something still needing to play out. What can we see for what it is that still needs to play out? Well, we're getting the Fool in the reverse. That's the leap of faith, but it's not time to have this entire brand new cycle start. We also have these changes one by one in the physical with 2 pentacles aligning with the eternal love. So exactly a repeating message that changes demand change, and that takes time, and they are intricate. To be sincere, authentic, genuine, valid, the changes have to be real. It's not so simple to have an epiphany and then make the changes overnight. Sometimes whole lives are at play. And with a twin flame manifestation, it's that immense. Okay, let's look at, so I want to bring that back. Even this twin flame manifestation that is that immense can be brought back to this now moment. What am I doing to balance my emotions? How am I making the best use of this day? How am I showing up for the things that are showing up in my world that are for me, that the universe is bringing to me, obviously, that are meant to be in my life at this time, or they wouldn't be right here in front of me. It can be getting yourself out there and meeting existence from your side of the energy. Okay, let's look at integration. What are the divine feminines being asked to integrate and chill on right now? A couple of cards falling on the new beginning. Here's the Page of Cups for the second time, and this abandonment wound. So if you haven't done anything to trigger this abandonment wound except being loving, let it go, let it be. Trust that, divine feminines. Have the inner dialogue that you are love, that your motives are love, and that anything that's happened in your life on this journey with other loved ones, any aspect like that, fall back into this clear conscience. If you don't have a clear conscience on this level, do what you can to forgive yourself for having behaved or acted in ways that aren't just this sweet, simple showing up. And release that, but also broadcast that into the world, that this is who you are, that you make no apologies, so to speak, that you are pure, that your motives are clean, and hold to that. Trust that your divine counterpart knows that about you. Whatever might be happening, let it sink in that it is really them, not you. Be your own sense of inner nurture. What else can we see about any abandonment triggers that are going on that the feminines are needing to balance out with? Be neutral about reunion. This is inner child healing as well, but it's also the energy that brings counterparts back together. So stay neutral about it and let everybody work through their own dragons, their own cleanup, their own sorting. When we tell others what to think or feel, it is not authentic. People do really just need to come to things on their own. What is this Judgment card, the awakening for the feminines at this time? Seeing more of the energetics below the surface of the 3D, really dropping in and looking at cause and effect, inner motivation, asking for higher guidance to interpret patterns. What do the feminines need to know about abandonment patterns, cycles? The Empress flew out into the near future. This is abundance. This is holding your own, divine feminines. And so what you need to know about it is creating this Empress energy in you. It's bringing you into alignment with your abundance. These are benevolent processes. And as you are shown what codependency is and that you don't actually need another person the way that your heartache might say sometimes, we're through that healing stage where now it's about autonomy, sovereignty, and being in this abundance regardless of what's going on with other people in your life. There are so many beautiful people to connect with, to interact with, and you can flow through all of it as this Empress. But this is also bringing you into your purpose and contribution in the world. So there is another little growth spurt to bring the Empresses into this wholeness. The Empress is usually pregnant in this card, so figuratively this can be passion projects, the next level of things that are being asked of the feminines to bring into the world, to birth into the world. I'm going to get a message for the few that are concerned that their biological clocks are ticking and that they're not going to be able to have a child with their counterparts. Follow your intuition. So for some, there are intense hormonal and biological drivers, and this is one of the paths of mastery concerning romantic relationship and the twin flame journey. So you already have what you need intuitively to work the puzzle. You've already been given the breakthrough thought that releases you from the suffering regarding having children. And for those who that doesn't apply, you've already had these breakthrough thoughts that release you from the suffering for purpose, contribution, autonomy. What else can we see? Yeah, the cycle of heartache isn't quite healed yet. Even for those who are really far ahead on it and very, very balanced, there are still ways that the healing is going to establish you in your life amongst the world. There is still a foundation, a groundwork being laid. What is still needed to come into form? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So a shift in perspective about what the long-term energy is. This is when we have sort of the cookie cutter ideal. It can be in the physical, the keeping up with the Joneses. This is the less than ideal energy according to what we're imprinted to feel success is. But the divine message here is that we're being asked to rewrite that to more of an individual assessment and not so much the herd mentality, the picture that we're sold out there in the world. So what is it that differs from the status quo? What is it that the divine feminines are being asked to see differently about the long term? The adventure of it, making life what you make of it, more life experience, being more of a free spirit, stepping out of your comfort zone, not setting those monkey see, monkey do targets for life, but being brave to say, I don't know what's around the next corner. I don't know what the best solution for my life is. I want to open my eyes, open my heart, and see what it can be. I want to be pleasantly surprised. That is a message that's been coming up regarding this journey for a couple of years now, is this message of opening our lives up to being surprised, not being hypervigilant, not being distrusting, but living fully, being free-spirited and allowing the goodness to come to us without premeditating the specifics so that we can be delighted. What is the good coming for the divine feminines? We have the High Priest here, so there are sacred cosmic wisdom teachings that are always set to come through, that open potentiality when we clear the slate and say, give me that vision, show me the answer, delight me. This is like falling in love with the nature of reality. I just heard, have you ever, divine feminines, considered that your grand love affair is with life itself? Have you fallen in love with the nature of reality yet? Have you pondered what this reality is? Have you pondered what the beauty, what the love aspect of this reality is? Have you fallen in love with that yet? It's not found in a person. You can celebrate it with a person, you can celebrate it with yourself, but you are an instrument of appreciation. and you are meant to fall in love with the nature of this reality. What can we see? One more card, and this is the truth. This is the grace. This is where you can set the baseline if you come into alignment with that higher truth. This is like inviting the nature of reality to show you the truth without even going looking for it in a specific place, but just being present and open to what is showing up, and whether you want to take it or leave it based on the resonance of the energy that is showing up. Okay, let's get into Divine Feminine. Where are the Divine Feminines at on the journey? How are they thinking of their counterpart? How are they feeling on the heart space for their counterpart? Which cards do I want to use? Yeah. What are they wishing for the journey? What are they doing at this time? What is the biggest challenge? What is the spirit-guided solution for that challenge? And where are the energies going in the near future? Okay, conscious mind from the Divine Feminines. Ooh, Purpose and the Star. So Divine Feminines are looking for their divine purpose, their destined path, and rooting on the Divine Masculines to find theirs. This really is the crux of the counterparts coming together, is this higher level soul-driven mission. Third eye chakra. The indigo flower of life supports our intuition and our inner knowing, our imagination and our psychic powers, and this path onward to our destined path of purpose. So only your intuition knows you, Divine Feminines, and Divine Masculines. Your feminine is this beautiful energy of intuitive guidance that can plot, find the way, is a way shower for this purpose, heaven on earth. Your Divine Feminine is the one that aligns with your purpose, that's able to see that aspect like no one else in your life for your shared journey, for yourselves, to affirm that in you, to love you unconditionally with that, because they know themselves this way. What is the Divine Feminine heart space for the masculine? Perseverance. No matter what is going on in the 3D, Three of Coins in the inverse, they are staying the course. Oh, romantic love. Supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience and reflection of a conscious lover. That makes me want to cry. Your Divine Feminine is staying the course, holding space for this beautiful unfolding, because they know that this journey creates the most conscious, heartfelt lovers of all. Lovers of all that is, the beautiful glory of life. Your Divine Feminine is not a fickle creature, Divine Masculines. They embody divine love. And their love is true and pure, no matter the changes or seasons. What is the wish for the feminines for the connection at this time? Three of Pentacles for the third time in the inverse, with this Ace of Pentacles coming in. So they know, they wish that no matter what is going on in the 3D, that it is setting the energetic framework for this new beginning in the physical and healing. They know that this is the biggest new beautiful start coming in, and there's so much more than meets the eye going on under the surface in this connection in you, Divine Masculine, and they are holding space for it. The frequency of healing supports our intrinsic ability to restore our health and wholeness by consciously using the information that comes to us through our senses and harmonizing everything accordingly. So divine feminines are balancing out, holding space, surfing the energies that you're dealing with, divine masculines. They absolutely know that everything they're picking up on, there's more of a sovereign picture. There's more of a healing going on than it may seem to a lot of people. They care about you so much, and they're so aware that you're going through a major transformation in your life at this time, even if you don't think those around you do know. What can we see for the action the feminines are taking in this this connection? The Hermit and the Temperance. So they are hands off right now. This is the Hermit looking at that destined star. So they're looking at their own path at this time. They're balancing out. They are maintaining their own emotional equilibrium, because that is their primary relationship. And synergy. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of the not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to the new reality. Yeah, the feminines know that if they come into their own and let you come into your own autonomously, that the synergy is of the likes the world has never seen. And the union, when two fully alive creative beings come together, that is truly unstoppable. And the most potent thing to bring in heaven on earth. What is the biggest challenge for the feminines at this time? Knowing they have such zest for life, and that the circumstances in these connections are giving the illusion that they are not together in the physical. The biggest challenge is knowing that this empowerment is still so multidimensional at this point, that it hasn't grounded quite yet, that they are incredible sexual beings, passionate beings, purpose-led beings, and they do feel an affinity with you, divine masculine. They don't prefer being apart for this long, for this far away, any of the gap, I heard chasm between you in any regard. They don't love that, because they have so much to share, so much aliveness to mirror with someone like you, divine masculine. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond the moment, to move towards possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. This is the potential that transcends the mundane, and the divine feminines know it's unlimited potential. If this streamlines, it is unlimited. So divine feminines, divine masculines, part of the realization of this unlimited potential is actually this spaciousness in the connection that allows for the autonomous viewing, observation of the patterns, of the powers that be, of the flow, of the big picture. When we're alone, we can survey the holistic view. We can see the extenuating circumstances. When we are too close and entangled, we can't get far enough back to see some of this magic. And so it's all about appreciation. This is the fun part of the road. What is the solution to this challenge of the unlimited potential that wants to come through? The Ace of Wands again, and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse again. Life is an adventure. It's meant to be lived now. There is no destination. It is meant to be experienced now. What you're experiencing now is the everything. It is the blessed place that your consciousness is aware. This is the message, presence. Now. And heart chakra. So heart chakra opening. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. Alignment now. Overflowing love now of self, unconditional self-love, and unconditional love of other. This takes all of the pressure off things having to be different, having to be figured out, and it brings this focus back to what is the inspired blessing right now? What is this heartwarming, heart-feeling appreciation that we can attune to now? That view of life, that light in the moment, that's the meaning of life. Where are these direct connections going? Knight of Cups and Nine of Wands. Oh, communication. So there is an alignment. Divine masculines, this does feel like there's going to be some communication, possibly from you. So if you're watching this, this might indicate that you might drop the guard and appreciate your feminine in return. We are in the holiday season, so there might be sweet exchanges that way, or bigger gestures, or more heartfelt closing the gap, sharing time, connecting. We also have dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and great joy. So everybody just come back into the presence that what goes around comes around. Share the love, share this presence, show up for what is in your vicinity with a glad heart, and move that dynamic energy amongst the world. Don't be in your narrow tunnel vision blinders so much. Bring the light in the world. I almost posted on my social media the other day, drop all of the rules and regulations that don't feel good and let love shine. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.